Hello, One Piece fans. This is David, and I'm going to give you a theory on the events that are heading up to Reverie. Now, as you're aware, Reverie is the very next arc after Whole Cake Island, and personally, if Reverie was after the Kaido War, I think it would have made me think that Big Mom would still be alive. As much as it pains me to say that somehow Big Mom survives this arc, I think I'm pretty 100% certain that Big Mom will not be around after this arc, and it's gonna be a huge story, huge story that's gonna cause a lot of confusion among the Marines. Okay, and will allow a pirate to sneak in and kidnap Shirahoshi because everyone's going mad about the information about Big Mom's death. And guess who's involved with it? Luffy. So I think Big Mom will die in this arc. Currently, I am going to bat thinking that this is a certain answer now. Okay? And I will also predict that her family will lead to her untimely death because she's going to be in the worst rage ever, attacking everyone under the sun, friend, foe alike, and kill some people that probably shouldn't have been killed, and everyone's going to band together and take her out. In the end, just take her out because she's more trouble than she's worth. So I think she's going to die during this arc. Okay, I am absolutely certain of it. And I think we'll have a few Straw Hat new members. Jinbei's confirmed as a member. And you have three others. Carrot. Oh, you actually have four to five others that could potentially be Pudding, Carrot, Caesar, Peckham's, and Pedro. So we'll see if any of them are joining. We'll also see if Jinbei lives, because there are a lot of people throwing out Jinbei may die, or Pedro, who's not a Straw Hat, may die during this arc. So we'll see what happens. But suffice to say, we are going to Mary Joya right after this, and as I just alluded to, that you also have the news magnet there, so he's going to tell everyone what happened to Whole Cake Island, and it's very important to know that he's going to spread that news far and wide. With Big Mom's death, it's going to be found out by everyone right away at that arc, at that meeting that specifically Straw Hat took out Big Mom. I'm saying it right now. This is how you basically let everyone know. And Shirahoshi, like I said, gets captured by Kaido. Now, people, all the kings know about this, but no one wants to say anything to anyone about it because they find out she is Poseidon. Somehow it leaks out that Shirahoshi is Poseidon. And the world government does not want anyone to find out about Shirahoshi. Now, because of that, certain leaders are not going to like it. And they're thinking, we must tell Straw Hat Luffy. Especially considering the king's sons will be the king of Neptune's sons. I think the fishmen, kings and sons, will be warned about trying to go save her. Maybe imprisoned. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But it would be interesting if they got imprisoned. It'd also be interesting if some of the kings basically freed them from their prison, and then went to go meet up with Straw Hat Luffy. And One Piece is got martial law declared, where the kings will not rule their islands until such a time as basically Shirahoshi is under control of the world government. Okay? Because they're going to want possession of her. Now, with that being said, Vivi is going to be the one to go to the Straw Hats and tell them about Shirahoshi. But she's not the only one. The only thing is just how many people are going to be involved. You might have the 3 Neptune sons, Correa, Dalton, let's see, Rebecca, Violet. The king that's friendly to the Hapo Navy. You have Cobra, you have Lisabello, you have Riku, and I also would wonder if certain kings will be executed because of, in case some of them stick around, trying to cover this up. But I think there's going to be an informant to the world government that these people all fled to tell Straw Hat Luffy, and I think that's going to be Wapol. And Wapol is going to inform them. He's going to have all these kings have their martial law declared. Certain leaders it's going to take a very dark turn after Reverie as far as who's in charge of the world government. A very dark turn. Because the rulers of light that are friendly with Luffy, they're going to lose a lot of power and a lot of influence during this arc. Because, and prior to this, they're probably going to be pushing to make either end the Shibukai system or make Luffy a Shibukai, one of the two. Or reaffirm who should be Shibukai. Like, look and say, okay, Don Flamingo's defeated. Who should be next? So, Luffy would be certainly someone that should be talked about, considering that Big Mom is done and gone, considering that he's friendly and saved so many kingdoms, that he's got a reputation as a good pirate, especially among a lot of kings that are at Reverie, but this is in the beginning. And the people like Wapol might be losing power, and Akainu. So we'll see what happens. But I really do think that after this arc, it's going to make a huge, major turn in terms of what happens. So, actually, I take that back. There will be no deaths, but several kings are going to be sent to Impel Down. Changed my mind. That's what's going to happen. And that's going to make the kings that left and fled to tell Luffy a little bit more willing to help them out. And they'll become kind of like, maybe go full Revo, almost like full revolutionary after this arc, or join the revolution. No. They're gonna join the revolutionary army after helping Luffy specifically take down Kaido. They're gonna join the revolutionary army under Dragon to restore and retake their kingdom islands, and maybe we'll see one of the revolutionary forces show up after Wano and decide to talk to them, and maybe it gets out that Luffy's at Wano, that the Marines basically decide to send everyone under the sun that they have to Wano to take out Luffy after Kaido's defeated. Like, Buster Call to the nth degree. Send Green Bull, send Akainu, send Kizaru, send Fujitora, send the whole lot. Send like the major part of the Navy in a 3-way battle. Maybe. Because Shirahoshi's going to be important. Or maybe CP0 shows up and has some effect to try to capture her from Kaido at the end. Who knows? Who knows? That would be kind of interesting. Especially considering you don't know how the Kaido War is going to end. And it's going to be important because no one has any clue on how is Kaido going to lose. Especially to Luffy. So, maybe Luffy doesn't actually physically defeat anyone in one-on-one battles, but due to circumstances, his major enemies keep falling before he even has a chance to really go toe-to-toe with them in a major way. This way, it protects the argument of power scaling that a lot of these One Piece fans seem to think that Luffy has no shot at beating Big Mom, but yet somehow Big Mom still dies. Or yet Kaido somehow gets defeated, but it's not as big specifically because there are other people at work involved in that fight that are the root cause of the defeat. So, yeah, like I said, I'm throwing out a lot of things, but this next arc, Reverie, is so insanely important to the story going forward with Wano and going with specifically the end of Whole Cake. So, like I said, I think Big Mom has to die this arc. Has to. Okay? So, thank you for your time. Subscribe, like the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section about what I've said. Thank you, everyone.